Welcome to Arhim, where my husband told me he hopes I die during surgery. I am getting a gastric bypass in 2 weeks. I have had this planned for over a year. When I got my insurance, it was a snap decision. But my weight has been an issue my whole life, and my GP has been pushing me to get the surgery after multiple failed attempts at trying to lose it myself, and multiple health issues being made worse by my weight. A year ago, I made the decision during my lunch break to get health insurance, and the fortnightly payments have pretty much kept me motivated in my journey to better myself because it's so much money. My husband was so angry when I called and told him I signed up for the insurance. He told me it was a waste of my money and I didn't need to lose weight. But after a short argument, he didn't bring it up again. Months went by, and I forgot about it because I had a whole year to wait before I could do anything. But I was taking steps to better myself in other areas. I started dressing nicer. I went into a clothes store for the first time in a decade and spent $1,000 on a new wardrobe, which sounds like a lot, but I have hated myself for so long. I only wore t-shirts and joggers. I went to the hairdresser for the first time in 6 years. I went to the dentist. I am looking into maybe braces. I started my bachelor's of data science. Like when I say, I have completely taken this as a chance to become a new person, not joking. I want to come out of this being proud of who I am, and not just the same me in a skinnier body. My husband is not supportive at all of any of this. Every step he has just told me I'm doing the wrong thing. I'm spending too much money. The clothes I wear don't look good. I'm not smart enough to do data science. I just ignored it because I thought maybe if I improved myself, it would motivate him to do the same. He doesn't even need to get a better job or anything like that. But maybe he could cook more or do stuff around the house or take care of things I can't because I'm so busy. But he won't. Like we are 25 and 26. We can do anything we want. Our life isn't over yet. We have only just started it. He doesn't have to spend the rest of his life doing nothing. The closer we got to my surgery date, the more he would send me videos of bariatric surgery patients telling their stories going wrong to scaring me out of doing it. He would tell me statistics of me gaining weight back, and that I'll probably still be fat, so there is no point. After about a week of this, I snapped and an argument ensued. I called him lazy and said that he's living off me money, so I don't know why he complains so much. And he told me he hopes I don't wake up from the surgery and walked out. He won't answer me calls now, and I think in 2 weeks I'm going to go come out of surgery without a stomach or a husband. Update. So today, we finally had a talk. I know, you were all hoping I would just ghost him or something, but I didn't really want to do that. We met for lunch, and he told me he had been at his parents' house cooling his head, and he was sorry he hadn't answered any of my calls or messages, but he had to sort his thoughts out. He told me that he felt really upset that I was making all these decisions without talking to him first, and that he also was scared that I could make such big decisions, especially ones like major surgery, without even consulting him. I thought about it and told him that I understood that he was feeling left behind and that I should have spoken to him more. But I also felt that because these decisions were about my body and my own growth, I guess I got carried away in the excitement. However, that was not an excuse at all for his comment, and I was really hurt by it. Him constantly trying to dissuade me from improving was disgusting and not on. He apologized and said he felt that I wasn't hearing him, and he felt this was the only way for him to get me to understand. Although this may not be the outcome you all want to hear, we are going to get couples therapy. I said, for now, I want to separate for 2 months while I recover from surgery. Then we will start couples therapy together to see if we can heal. I think these 2 months are also to mull over my feelings a bit more too, and for him to also really think about how he wants to move forward. We will see. I am dying and my parents don't care. I, a minor, have been sick for around 7 months. I can barely function. I can't get out of bed to go to school, work, eat, drink water, etc. I genuinely feel as if I am dying, and this isn't some sad sob story looking for pity. I just need somewhere to talk about this, as no one in my life cares. I have bad migraines, splitting headaches, fainting spells, severe chest pains, difficulty breathing, and debilitating abdominal pain. My parents thought I was just faking to get out of school, as I didn't look sick. I got multiple comments, and they even got calls from the school concerned for my health. My parents have continuously ignored this. As of around 3 weeks ago, I began throwing up blood. First, it was just speckled. However, it is rapidly progressing to the point when I throw up. I can taste it, and it is almost always a deep red color. I told my parents, and of course, they didn't believe me, so the next time it happened, I showed them. They reluctantly allowed me to have a few days off school, and that was it. I'm slowly getting weaker and throwing up more blood. I am genuinely concerned that I am dying. A little under a year ago, I completely fried my liver and messed up a few of my other organs, and I cannot get the medical attention in which I need. Train full of people. We're gonna let an old man get kicked off for 46. I'm riding an Amtrak train, and an old man who could barely speak English got on the train a day earlier than what he had on his ticket. The price difference was $46. He had 2 credit cards. Declined, and they were gonna kick him off at the next stop. Not one person stood up to help him. I don't even think the guy understood he was getting kicked off at an earlier stop. I don't fault the conductor because he's doing his job. As soon as I found out what was going on, had headphones in, I handed the conductor my credit card and covered the difference of his tickets. The conductor looked relieved, and I don't think the gentleman understood what was going on. I just don't understand why no one else was willing to help this old man out. They were all willing to let an old man who didn't understand what was going on get kicked off a train at a random stop over 46. The conductor told me he rides all the time, and this is the first time they've had an issue, so I'm sure he made an honest mistake. Edit. Good afternoon, everyone. I thank you all for your feedback and for the awards. It's the first time I've gotten one, let alone many. The reason I posted on here is because I was upset about the situation. $46 is a meal for me if I take my family, me, wife, 5 yo, 3 yo out to dinner at a sit-down restaurant, and doesn't hurt me at all. Give out. From all the feedback, I understand now how fortunate me and my family are, and that I jumped the gun being upset with the other riders. What is a night out to a restaurant for us is someone else's groceries for 2 weeks, and y'all have pointed that out to me. And I'm kinda ashamed for not thinking of that because I was there at that point 15 years ago before I got into a good trade. Y'all gave me the perspective I was asking for when I asked why no one else would help him. My girlfriend is pretty much non-verbal, and honestly, I love it. This is a throwaway account because family members and my girlfriend have me on my main, and I'd be a little embarrassed if they saw this. My M17 girlfriend, F17 of 10 months, has gone nearly non-verbal, meaning she talks fine until her social or verbal battery runs out. She's been stressed a lot lately, and she does her best to talk to me as much and as long as she can. But it gets to a point she really can't talk. Usually something being her family being just kinda rude to her, and then she just stays quiet and kinda does her own thing. When we're on FaceTime, and this happens, and it tends to happen at least once a day, she ends up teaching me a little sign language. I don't fully pay attention because usually I'm gaming, but I'll pay attention enough for her to write something down and have her show me, or for her to sign I love you. When I'm stressed because of school or losing a game, she'll get my attention and, boop, me poke the camera or pat, me cup her hand over the camera and pat it a few times, and she'll just sit there supporting me with whatever's going on. She's the sweetest person I could ever ask for, and I love her so much. She's never judged me for anything. She's always been here through anything I'm dealing with. Stands up for me when I'm getting picked on, etc. I plan on marrying her one day. Yeah, we're young. We've only been together 10 months, but sometimes you just know. I love her, she has my heart, and I know I have hers. Don't want any advice, just wanted to let that out. My wife doesn't find me strong or attractive anymore, unsure if and how I can win her back. I had a nervous breakdown due to stress and overwork last year, and had to leave my job. I've been trying to recover and get by on freelance work, and money is tight. I'm applying for full-time positions now, but it's very slow going. To try and build up my confidence and mood, I've been trying to help around the house, shuttling kids, cooking, fixing things, etc. I've found recently that my kids are going directly to my wife when they have problems. I learned today that my daughter chipped her tooth this morning and needed help. But I had no idea until this evening. I told my wife that it hurts my feelings and makes me feel useless when she keeps me out of these situations. I'm trying to be strong and a good partner, but it feels like she perceives me as weak. She tells me she just doesn't want to add more stress, but that makes me feel even worse, like I'm a burden who can't contribute financially or emotionally. I've never been this sad in my life, and I don't know what to do.